Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about my top 5 favorite places that I've been. Now my top 5 is in no particular order. Every place is fantastic on this list and I 100% recommend and would love to go back to if I haven't already had returned there multiple times. There's a couple. And if you so choose, stick around at the end of the video because I have some updates and want to share with you some things that are going to be going on in the next couple months. So if you're ready to learn about some pretty cool places, here we go. So the first place I want to talk about is Stuttgart, Germany, which is located kind of in the southwestern region of Germany. So a couple fun facts is that it was founded in the 10th century and is currently the 6th largest city in Germany. It is located in between the Black Forest and the Swabian Alps. So you may not know this, but my entire family on my dad's side is from and currently resides in Germany. And most of them live in a village between Stuttgart and the Swabian Alps. So, fun fact, you know how here in the United States that we kind of have like the northeastern area is known to be like proper English, and then like if you're from the south you have a southern accent. This dialect difference is almost the same in Germany as well. So in the north you have the proper speaking Germans, and then in the south you have the Schwabish speaking Germans. So it's funny because if you are being taught German in school, like I was when I was in high school, you are taught the proper dialect. So it was kind of funny, after I learned how to speak German somewhat fluently, I ended up spending my entire summer one year in high school with my family. It was kind of strange because it took a while for me to figure out that they were saying things different. That was kind of like slang. And I'll never forget how proud my aunt was of me when I finally started speaking Schwabish. I'm not exactly sure what the conversation we were having, but she was asking like some type of quantity, like how much of something, and I wanted to respond with a little bit. So a little bit would translate into proper German as bisschen. So a lot of the Schwabish dialect is when they take the suffix, the end of the sentence, which is the en, and they will change it to an LE. So instead of saying, oh, a bisschen, I responded with bizle. But okay, we're gonna move on. Okay, so the next place I want to talk about is Lake Haiyaha in the Rocky Mountain National Forest in Colorado. So I'm not going to talk about this too much because I did have a video on it, which I will link both above and down below in the description box. And so if you're really interested in learning more about it, I have a lot more on the actual video itself. But I included it on this list because it was by far the most picturesque, beautiful place I've ever seen. It's one of those things where you just have to go there. Like, it totally was another eye-opener, like life-changing moment was to just be able to be there and take it all in. Okay, the third place I want to talk about is Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. It was founded in 1682 by William Penn, who was an English Quaker, and it is where the founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence in 1767. So if you remember those facts from back in your school days, maybe you didn't actually know this, because I did not know this until I went to look up some fun facts, was that in this one city, there are 67 national historical sites. Me and Lonnie went to Philadelphia in 2019 and stayed in the historic district, and it was really cool because everything was in walking distance. There may have been 2 or 3 places that we actually had to Uber to, but other than that, everything was in walking distance. We probably knocked out 7 or 8 places just walking from block to block. Like, it is that consecutive. We went to Franklin Square. Maybe a couple blocks away from that is where the Liberty Bell is. So right next to that is the Ben Franklin Museum, which is really cool because on the main surface is where his house and print shop used to be, and then underneath that is the actual museum. And then if you walk a little ways and cross the street, you're at Independence Square, which is where the old City Hall was. And then right there is also Washington Square. So there were 3 places in Philadelphia where we ended up driving to, and that was the Kimmel Center, where we saw Joe Rogan and Brian Cox. And then we went to the Franklin Institute Art Museum, which is an interactive museum, and it was really, really cool to go in there. I totally recommend, if you're going to go to a museum, go see that one. And then the last one was the Mutter Museum. And if you never heard or been to the Mutter Museum, it's filled with like weird human anomalies. and just a bunch of really weird, cool, fascinating things. It's actually like a really small museum, so like it doesn't take that long to get through, and a lot of it is super interesting. So the fourth place I want to talk about is the Bark Camp Trail in the Daniel Boone National Forest in Kentucky. So this place we've actually already have footage from, so I will link the video up there and also down in the description box. And I'm just going to leave you with the fact that this is like the most perfect ideal trail, where with every step you take is just something interesting. There's something to look at. There's some crazy rock formation. You're seeing some type of waterfall. You're walking along a river. It's a perfect place to have a picnic at. You can go camping at. It's just an overall perfect trail. Like the ideal trail to be on. And last but not least, because like I said, no particular order, we're not choosing favorites among favorites over here, is Higgins Lake in Roscommon, Michigan. So one of the reasons why it's been claimed to be one of the most beautiful lakes in the world is because of its color. So it turns out Higgins Lake is a glacial lake, which means that it was formed by glaciers about 12,000 years ago. And so the glaciers came, eroded the land, made the divot where the lake had then formed once the glacier had melted. So from there, really fine rock particles, which they call rock flour, had mixed in with the glacial water. So then when the sunlight shines down, it reflects off those rock particles, and then that is actually what's going to give you that blue-green color. So that concludes my 5 favorite places. I hope you guys enjoyed the little picture show that I had rolling for you. If you haven't been to any of these places before, I really hope you consider going. It was most spectacular. Each one of these places has just something amazing about it. Do me a favor and tell me, what is your favorite place that you've been to? Like, I want to know. I'm always looking for places to go. What is the most amazing place that you've been that you would totally recommend? So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I would appreciate it oh so much. And oh, I totally almost forgot. I need to give you the update. So what I want to talk to you guys about is that I hope right now that you're enjoying just me talking to you videos. It's really happening because of the weather outside and it's just too cold. So I've been waiting for the temperature to like get nice again and actually enjoy being outdoors. So I have been doing a bunch of research and planning, and so my goal is from the months starting in March all the way to November, weather permitting, that I'm going to be going to 2 separate locations each month. I basically have my whole summer planned out of different awesome places to go that I cannot wait for you to join me on. And I'm really hoping we don't have that many hiccups along the way. So I just want to let you guys know that like not every video is just going to be me hanging out with my rocks. And on the other side of that is that I hope you are kind of enjoying this, where we're just kind of doing this whole one-on-one thing. I'm having fun with it. I hope you are too. And I just want to take a minute and just say thank you. I know I'm truly still in the infancy of my whole channel and everything, and still figuring out things along the way, but yeah, I just want to appreciate my day ones out there. You guys are making this really enjoyable to do. So for real, thank you. I appreciate you. Alright guys, enough of all that. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Alright, bye.